September 1st, 2024. The world is watching. Black Dems send threat after liberals break promise. This is going to impact your friend, Kamala Harris. Trump's Arlington stunt was repulsive. What we learned after made it even worse. Spit in our face. Harris' attempt to attack Trump's Arlington visit backfires horribly when Gold Star families respond. Democrats grow concerned Republicans are planting seeds with legal suit to overturn a Trump defeat. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson laments presidential immunity decision in TV interview. Special counsel Jack Smith's legitimacy problem. Ricky Pearsall doles out incredible instant revenge to armed mugger, 17, who shot NFL star on San Francisco Street. Former Premier League defender and Cardiff Club legend Sol Bamba dies aged 39. Shanahan praised for hilarious ad about Trump derangement syndrome. Trump riffing about Trump derangement syndrome on stage is one of the funniest things he has done in some time. 2 dead from West Nile virus in New Jersey, U.S. death toll rises to 5. Biden and Harris resume taxpayer-funded secret illegal alien flights into U.S. Too unstable. Landslide forcing electricity cutoff to Rancho Palos Verdes homes. Russia thwarts massive Ukrainian drone attack. Flat-out war. Israeli forces destroy 70% of Jenin's infrastructure. Israel's prime minister says anyone who murders hostages doesn't want a ceasefire deal. Night brawlers. NYC migrant shelter overrun by teen fight club and constant shrieking as residents reach breaking point. Becoming unbearable. French elections winners move to impeach Macron. NSA program mapping tech gap with China sends message to next U.S. president. September 2nd, 2024. Kamala Harris is planning to poke the bear in Trump debate. Joe Biden says Benjamin Netanyahu not doing enough to secure hostage deal. The White House wants you to know. Harris was in the room. Hard-pressed. The Harris campaign appears to selectively bar reporters from campaign coverage. NBC's Kristen Welker falsely claims Kamala Harris attended dignified transfer of 13 soldiers killed in Afghanistan. A third of K-12 students are behind grade level. Biden-Harris Education Department sued over race-based achievement program. South Carolina basketball star Ashlyn Watkins is charged with assault and kidnapping. Heartbreaking. 21-year-old college gymnast who won national title is fatally shot a block from campus. Wells Fargo employee found dead at her desk 4 days after clocking in. Huge explosion near O2 Arena staged by child abuser for naked film shoot. Social media users thought there was a glitch in Chase Bank's ATM system. Turns out it was just check fraud. Get to know your enemy. How Hollywood workers are learning to use AI. Stranded NASA astronaut. Houston, we have another problem. Report of eerie sound coming from Boeing Starliner. Federal workers around nation's capital worry over Trump's plans to send some of them elsewhere. The blaring warning sign for the election that's been building for years. MAGA looks to notorious war on terror lawyers for Trump 2 inspiration. The fight for the Senate. Dems need a miracle. Hong Kong's Cathay axes 48 flights and grounds A350 fleet due to engine problem. Tunisian police detain presidential hopeful as candidacy confirmed. September 3rd, 2024. The Holy Philadelphia route will be paved with hostages' bodies as Israel reoccupies Gaza. Two Ukrainian Top Guns lobbied for F-16s. They won't get to see if the jets helped fend off Russia. Restaurants are catering to a growing number of solo diners. More than 200 smartphones snatched on UK streets every day, newest figures show. Harris and Trump brace for final sprint in snap election. Someone spent $25 million on lottery tickets to guarantee a win. And it worked. Inside the bitter personal battle between top FBI and DOJ officials over Mar-a-Lago. Hail to the chef? Kamala Harris is locking down Food Network voters. Based on this Minnesota poll, did Kamala choose the wrong horse for a running mate? Dems versus democracy. Tim Walz's AG Keith Ellison celebrates Brazil tyrant judge banning X/Twitter. Source says Kamala was promoted at McDonald's after having affair with Mayor McCheese. Mongolia declines to arrest Putin, defying ICC warrant. U.S. seizes Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's airplane. Violated U.S. sanctions. 1,000-pound sisters Amy Slayton frowns in mugshot after being arrested at Safari Park when cops were called to camel bite. Elon Musk says he can't wait to join Trump administration. The Philadelphia Eagles are trying to figure out who put up these counterfeit Kamala posters all over their city. How Arizona's election will be different this time. Another activist behind LGBTQIAAP2S+ propaganda in schools convicted of child abuse. How China extended its repression into an American city. Killer quip. Biden says family was disappointed ancestor wasn't a notorious mine boss murderer. You have been abusive to me for over 40 years. Did Barry and Honey Sherman's toxic emails lead police to believe murder-suicide? Hong Kong now very open-minded on LGBTQ issues, Pride Carnival founder says. September 4, 2024. Despite evidence, Trump calls Arlington Cemetery incident a made-up story. Trump suggests he'll release more Jeffrey Epstein files if re-elected, maintains he never went to his island. Donald Trump's incredible transgender thing. Kamala Harris is spending her campaign cash in ways Trump would never. Rothschild helped Ukraine clinch debt restructuring. Ukraine's foreign minister resigns in largest shakeup since war began. China agrees to major Africa funding deals as Beijing hosts continent's leaders. Intel's money woes throw Biden team's chip strategy into turmoil. Pure politics. Outrageous partisan poison pills. Dems threaten to torpedo GOP's government funding bill targeting non-citizen voting. How Kamala Harris could beat Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. Only Americans should decide American elections. Christian group recruits Trojan horse election skeptics as U.S. poll workers. Northern Ireland records surge in race hate crimes. UK inquiry finds dishonesty and greed behind Grenfell Tower fire deaths. Commander of Navy warship relieved of duty months after backwards rifle scope photo flap. And over their heads. Shocking new missteps in Trump assassination attempt revealed as whistleblowers come forward, says Senator. Project 2025 backers push propaganda about the Trump shooting. Disney-obsessed couple loses lawsuit to get back into exclusive Club 33. Travis Kelce's publicist is the master of showmance. PR admitted helping celebs fake affairs to boost their careers and even wrote a book about it as NFL star's contract with Taylor Swift leaks. The NFL hype video is here, and guess who makes the most appearances? Ray Gunn apologizes to breakdance community for backlash to her Paris Olympic performance. Trump family panics on Twitter after crypto hacker screw-up. September 5, 2024. France's Macron names former Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier as new PM. Putin thanks Saudi Crown Prince for helping major U.S.-Russia prisoner swap. That photo of people wearing Nebraska waltzes for Trump shirts? They're distant cousins. GOP's Biden corruption crusade goes up in smoke. Jury selection begins in Hunter's tax trial. Biden's secret empire exposed in court. DOJ bombshell alleges MAGA media group got paid by Russia. Russiagate 2, Electric Boogaloo. Biden admin revives Russian election interference bogeyman just in time for November. Charges against shamed U.S. film mogul Harvey Weinstein are dropped. On the radar. Former FBI agent outlines next steps for agency after confirming suspected shooter was on watch list. California's new AI law proposals could impact memes. One dead after Royal Navy helicopter crashes in Channel. Florida fires worker who exposed Ron DeSantis' plan to bulldoze state parks. This overlooked group of globetrotting Americans could help decide the 2024 election. Republicans seize on false theories about immigrant voting. R.I.P. Vladimir. Beloved spy whale found dead of mysterious causes. How Russian operatives covertly hired U.S. influencers to create viral videos. Volvo walks back promise of exclusively producing electric vehicles by 2030. U.S. bank to leave Portland's big pink skyscraper. Travis Kelce says he doesn't mind being Taylor Swift's arm candy. It's the life I chose. Rebecca Cheptegei, Uganda athlete dies, days after boyfriend set her on fire. Putin backs Kamala Harris. Arctic ambition. 3 Chinese icebreakers forge polar presence and unity with Russia. Scandal hit Fire Festival is back with tickets at nearly $8,000. Electric school buses are the future we deserve. Fork in the road moment. Trump skeptical Republicans openly hope for 2024 loss. September 6, 2024. Zelensky urges Ukraine allies to allow long-range weapons use in Russia. Life returns to raided West Bank city as Israeli army withdraws. The Navy Secretary broke the law by voicing his views on Trump and Biden, a watchdog says. Weaker than expected. 142,000 jobs in August, past months revised down. Witness protection. Media-friendly Tim Walz has disappeared from airwaves since joining Harris ticket. 39-6. Trump-Vance ticket have sat down for 39 interviews, compared to only 6 for Harris-Walz. Texas court strikes down teen content ban while keeping digital ID checks in place. Swan stoned to death after children seen pelting them in park. Tenet media shutters after being accused of taking $10 million in covert Kremlin funding. After police caution, father gave Georgia school shooter AR-15 for Christmas, sources tell NBC News. Travis Kelce got a new haircut and I'm thinking he lost a bet. How the electorate has changed in key states and what it could mean this election. Democrat VP candidate Tim Walz issued subpoena for $250 million COVID-19 nonprofit fraud scheme. YouTube bans alleged Russia-linked right-wing channels. Dead fur animal study in China uncovers dozens of new viruses. Iran foreign minister says threats to neighbors' territorial integrity or redrawing borders is Tehran's red line. Trump, Harris locked in statistical dead heat ahead of pivotal debate. America and China embroiled in existential war. September 7, 2024. Boeing Starliner returns to Earth, leaving crew behind. The real story of January 6th is found in mountains of shocking evidence. The rise of fake influencers. Falling pump prices blunt Trump's inflation attacks on Harris. See Kamala's middle-class upbringing. Fakest candidate ever. Harris imitates working-class Americans, but lived in posh neighborhood in Canada. DNC to fly Trump banners at battleground state college football games. Ukraine's Dragon drones give Russian troops another reason to be fearful. Battlefield innovation rains molten metal on Russian positions, a modern twist on a munition used to horrific effect in both world wars. Georgia gunman was ridiculed and called gay by classmates. Dangerous ground. Violent crime creating dystopian hell despite Biden's claim America is safer. Chilling 20-foot-tall figures seen clinging to the side of Colorado mountain. Silver warning. Big electoral college challenge for Harris. Projection, Trump more than 60% likely to win. Turkish-American activist's family seeks U.S. probe after West Bank killing. Missouri Health Department reports human bird flu case with no exposure to animals. Israel just killed another American in the West Bank. Will the U.S. ever respond? They say Democrats are to blame for all California's problems. But GOP is MIA. Elon Musk's X is a poison. We don't need to keep taking it. Dick Cheney, a man who Joe once called the most dangerous VP in American history, is going to vote for Kamala Harris. With no crew aboard, spacecraft Starliner lands without a hitch. Foreign influence efforts are circling the presidential election. Again. No foreign attempts to interfere in presidential election detected, says U.S. Intel. Democrats now appear deep in the hole in the Senate. YouTubers are almost too easy to dupe. Longtime Democrat Alan Dershowitz leaves his party. Absolutely disgusted. In Tim Walz's home state, Somali immigrants push back on GOP attacks. America's love affair with the increasingly weird Kennedys. Repeated takes, coaching on lines. Inside Hamas's hostage video machine. Reality not matching up with rhetoric for Democrats. September 8, 2024. Trump threatens to jail adversaries and escalating rhetoric ahead of pivotal debate. America braces for perfect storm of election chaos. Top DOJ spokesman calls Trump case's perversion of justice on hidden camera. State level is like the fucking Wild West. They're idiots. Trump plans to tower over Harris in last-minute debate ask. Why are celeb children more likely to be trans? Experts explain phenomenon that has touched the Affleck and Musk families. Insane. Venezuelan gang members released on $1,000 bond after shooting in Aurora. Newsom heads to New York to raise money for Harris, then to Pennsylvania, where she'll debate Trump. Pensioners sign up for double suicide pod instead of waiting for NHS treatment. The weather gods who want us to believe they can make rain on demand. Harris is trying to cut into Trump's edge on the economy. It could decide the election. After a year of legal peril, Trump seeks election as a felon, but free. Alabama town ends city council meeting abruptly after getting questions about influx of Haitian refugees. 19-year-old U.S. Air Force Academy cadet found dead in dorm room. U.S. meddling has ensured Maduro says in power. China opens up medical sector and manufacturing to foreign ownership. Neo-Nazi and far-right groups seize on Trump's anti-immigration rhetoric. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce pop up at Manhattan wedding. Could they be next? Pakistani national planning largest attack on U.S. soil since 9/11 arrested. 50 years on, Gerald Ford's pardon of Richard Nixon aided Donald Trump. September 9, 2024. EU claims credible information Iran sent ballistic missiles to Russia. Saudi Crown Prince meets Russian Foreign Minister. China's deflationary spiral is now entering dangerous new stage. Mother of alleged Appalachia High School attacker called and warned school 30 minutes before attack. Trump warms up for debate by threatening to jail election officials. Trump's psychologist niece says Donald is dementing. Democrat representative serves as honorary chairwoman of organization reportedly linked to Chinese intel agency. CIA warns of an unprecedented threat to world order from China and Russia and claims Putin has already come very close to using nukes in Ukraine. Rules of engagement. Harris team moves to soften potential debate impact before it even happens ahead of performance. UN rights chief warns world risks dystopian future. Tony Blair urges global regulation of social media to curb hatred. Arctic blast to hit UK this week. Mukbang YouTuber pulls off years-long prank, bamboozling viewers with secret weight loss. Variety tried to bait Elton John into attacking Trump for calling Kim Jong-un Little Rocket Man, but Sir Elton had nothing but respect for the Donald. A Miami-Dade officer is put on leave after Dolphin star Tyreek Hill is detained. Waffle House CEO Walt Emmer dead at 58. U.S. Republicans blame Biden for chaotic Afghanistan withdrawal. Chinese and Russian Navy and Air Forces to hold joint drills again in Sea of Japan. Hypocrisy, spinelessness, and the triumph of Donald Trump. Alvin Bragg's spokesperson got caught saying the quiet part out loud about Trump's hush money case. September is once again a tough month for stocks. Zuckerberg says there's no way he can support a Democrat in 2024, says Trump. September 10, 2024. Star Wars colleagues lead tributes to James Earl Jones after the actor who voiced Darth Vader dies. Bluey reported missing after Haitian migrants move in next door. Debate night. Kamala presents herself as change candidate, but copy-pasted policies from Joe Biden's campaign. Melania goes full truther on Trump assassination bid. New York Magazine reporter who inspected Trump's ear weeks after assassination attempt reveals in detail what she saw. Blinken says Israeli killing of U.S.-Turkish activist unprovoked and unjustified. Surveillance for sale? House Republicans challenge Biden on data broker exploitation. Patient found dead in hospital's kitchen oven. I faced Kamala Harris on the debate stage. Trump doesn't stand a chance. Tragic turn. Mom shot in face and killed in front of son trying to defend husband from masked robbers in NYC condo building. Australian doctor might lose medical license for sharing Babylon Bee articles. Who is Apollo Carrion Quibeloy, the pastor on the FBI's most wanted list? House Foreign Affairs report. Biden left Taliban $7 billion in weapons after Afghanistan withdrawal. Ukraine targets Moscow and biggest drone attack yet. West silences activists at home while promoting rights abroad. China to train 3,000 foreign police officers to protect overseas interests. Sean Diddy Combs loses $100 million default judgment over sexual assault allegations. John Kirby swears there's been tons of accountability for botched Afghanistan withdrawal. Trump's debate plan is simple. Attack Harris. Its execution? Unsure. September 11, 2024. Spacewalking is the new domain of the rich as billionaire attempts first private spacewalk. The gender wage gap just widened for the first time in 20 years. Debate debacle. Disney ABC mods insert themselves 7 times to rebut Trump. 21 false claims and hoaxes from Kamala go unanswered. The list. The internet reacts with wild memes to Trump-Harris debate. Conspiracy rages among Trump supporters over Kamala Harris's earrings. Warning. Weaponized weed deployed to warp the minds of the masses. Use at your own risk. Kamala Harris accepted Trump's racist lie that immigration is bad. Taylor Swift, childless cat lady, says she's voting for Kamala Harris. Are people really eating cats and dogs? Trump versus Harris debate fact-checked. Trump responds to Taylor Swift endorsing Harris, says he likes Brittany Mahomes better. I'm pretty sure J.D. Vance murdered at least 2 journalists on live TV last night. Trump jokes about sending Harris a MAGA hat following her policy shifts. Trump's improv stood no chance against Harris's coached attacks. Einstein's Nazi nuclear bomb letter sold for $4 million. China's Wuhan Virology Institute creates nasal COVID-19 vaccine for future pandemics. How Harris roped a dope. MSNBC host says the quiet part out loud about the ABC News debate. How Kamala Harris goaded Trump into a debate train wreck. Trump and Harris shake hands at 9/11 memorial hours after hurling insults at each other during debate. September 12, 2024. Biden and Harris seek full accountability after killing of U.S. citizen in West Bank. ECB cuts rates again as inflation fades and economy stumbles. Polaris Dawn crew conducts first all-civilian spacewalk. Trump supporters backhanded compliment to Biden after President donned a Trump hat during 9/11 visit to Pennsylvania. Turkey condemns U.S.-Greek-Cyprus defense deal. Venezuela's socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro moves celebration of Christmas to October 1st. Billionaire makes first ever spacewalk on SpaceX's Dragon capsule. Harris's debate victory could be unlike any other. Florida is disappearing from the national political map. John Bon Jovi was filming a music video in Nashville and ended up talking a suicidal woman out of jumping from a bridge. Schools are putting vape detectors in bathrooms, paid for by Juul. Ohio, governor sending troops, $2.5 million to Springfield, where Haitian migrants have relocated to. Portland Public Schools quietly adopts policy barring teachers from political or personal classroom displays. Why the FBI has been seizing so many cell phones and laptops lately. Putin meets Iran's security chief in St. Petersburg. Trump's repetitive speech is a bad sign. Taylor Swift thanks Travis Kelce during VMA Awards acceptance speech. How the GOP became the party of racist memes against Haitian immigrants. James Comer requests FBI documents on Tim Walz's China ties. Trump stokes suspicions about assassination attempt, raising fears of more violence. September 13, 2024. U.S. hints at allowing Ukraine to strike deep inside Russia, enraging Putin. Report says U.S. preparing criminal charges in Iran hack targeting Trump. Most Americans don't trust AI-powered election information, says AP survey. Mullah Ram says he has found no evidence to support Trump's claim of heart-ripping ceremonies taking place within Temple of Doom. Union for Postal Workers, who will handle ballots, endorses Kamala Harris. Harris taunts Chicken Man Trump after he dodges new debate. Donald Trump infuriates Taylor Swift fans by launching new range of merchandise inspired by Eras Tour. Biden and Starmer to discuss long-range arms for Ukraine amid Putin's war threat. Australia's latest censorship bill threatens big fines over online misinformation. BBC star Jay Blades charged with engaging in controlling and coercive behavior. Trump keeps falling back on the same old bogeyman to distract from his incompetence. Before Trump, neo-Nazis pushed false claims about Haitians as part of hate campaign. All of meow. John Legend gets involved in Springfield migrant crisis after claims pets are being stolen and eaten in his hometown. Oprah says we should honor and have a reverence toward artificial intelligence ahead of new special with Bill Gates. Trump's Bedminster Club hosted an alleged Nazi sympathizer who stormed the Capitol. Russia produces kamikaze drone with Chinese engine. Musk channels Star Wars over World War III threat. Biden targets China's Temu and Shein with low-value import duty exemption changes. Fears mount that election deniers could disrupt vote count in U.S. swing states. John Legend urges Springfield locals to embrace Haitian immigrants. Residents rip him to shreds. NAACP says it's racist for residents to oppose Haitians overrunning their town. Election Survival Guide. How to handle a loved one's conspiracy theories. How Republicans became the party of raunch. Boeing union goes on strike, halting 737 production. Taunting Trump might not have been what undecided voters wanted to see. Russia expels UK diplomats as Putin warns over Western weapons in Ukraine. September 14, 2024. Turkey buries U.S. activist killed by Israel in occupied West Bank. Dick Cheney was once vilified by Democrats. Now he's backing Harris. Will it matter? Kamala cringe. Harris's first solo interview turns into word salad disaster. Their protest stopped traffic for 4 days. Now they're in prison for 4 years. Trump tries to distance from toxic 9/11 truther Laura Loomer. Keystone ruling. Key swing state Supreme Court rules mail-in ballots with flawed dates can be tossed. Lead singer Perry Farrell of Jane's Addiction goes ballistic on his old guitarist Dave Navarro mid-song during band's reunion. Desperate deep state leader, Senator Blumenthal, prepares the public for massive Trump assassination attempt news. Rogue otter drags child underwater during morning walk with mother. Trying to snow the public. Families of wounded vets rip Kamala Harris for brazen "no American troops in war zones" claim, as own admin lists many active combat areas. Oregon DMV admits that they've registered hundreds of illegal immigrants to vote since 2021. But I was told that didn't happen because it's illegal. ABC presidential debate moderator Lindsey Davis was a member of the same sorority as Kamala Harris. Let's be honest, Harris wiped the floor with Trump. China to require labels for AI-generated content as tech brings fresh challenges. Bill Maher. You know, I think Trump and Loomer are banging. Loomer outraged, threatens lawsuit. Trump sent a birthday note to a boy with a rare brain disorder. The video will bring you to tears. The new follow-up to ChatGPT is scarily good at deception. Pundits called Trump's debate performance a train wreck, then the people weighed in. September 15, 2024. Netanyahu vows to inflict heavy price after Houthis fire missile at central Israel. A Trump train convoy surrounded a Biden-Harris bus. Was it political violence? America's institutions retreat from activism. Poll says Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala backfires. Working class starving for substance. J.D. Vance defends amplifying false claims about immigrants. On the home front. Criminally liable. Springfield residents know exactly who to blame for migrant crisis hitting their town. Stranded NASA astronauts reveal why they rejected Boeing plan to rescue them from space. Shame on Kamala. VP Harris mocked for breaking out another new accent to fit in at event, insulting to black people. Trump wraps up election lies. Political violence fears surge. Russia and Ukraine swap 206 POWs in UAE brokered deal. Rhinos join pledge to certify election, whatever the result. Trump says he won't tax your tips, OT, or Social Security. Why critics see gimmicks and a sham. Putin crony threatens to turn Kyiv into a giant gray melted spot with nuclear weapons. In lifting the look of Swift's tour merch, Trump's latest shirt is pure sour grapes. How AI images of cats and ducks powered the pet-eating rumor mill. Watch this woman explain how stealing from stores isn't a crime for black people because Target enslaved my ancestors. 37 people, including 3 Americans, sentenced to death over coup attempt in Congo. Venezuela foils CIA plot to kill Maduro, says Interior Minister. China's stealth drone sightings hint at future role as fighter jet wingmen. Why didn't facing a common enemy bring us together? Wall Street turns skittish on eve of rate cuts. Taliban begins enforcing new draconian laws, and Afghan women despair. September 16, 2024. FBI probing suspected gunman after apparent Trump assassination bid. Blue Anon radicalized? Report says would-be Trump assassin had Biden-Harris bumper sticker. Obsessed with Ukraine war. Interviewed by New York Times last year. Trump golf course assassins shock neighbor claims everyone was afraid of him as suspect's home is raided and his pickup truck is seen with a very telling bumper sticker. Trump assassin wrote 300-page screed calling for Trump's assassination and nuclear war. Before Trump, President Ford survived 2 assassination attempts in 3 weeks in California. Student dies from highly dangerous, incurable virus. Secret Service didn't fail Trump on Sunday. Our wayward gun culture did. A little cuckoo. Neighbor of Trump shooting suspect speaks out. A lot of people were afraid of him. Does anybody else find it weird that both would-be Trump assassins happen to appear in BlackRock commercials? African leader survives assassination attempt. The insurrectionists next door. Donald Trump shooting attempt suspect son speaks out. My father hates Trump. The story behind Trump's second assassin took a strange turn, and it involves the media. Suspected Trump gunman had rifle with scratched-off serial number. Biden says Secret Service needs more help after second Trump assassination attempt. September 17, 2024. Election officials prepare for threats with panic buttons and bulletproof glass. Hillary calls Trump danger to our country after second assassination attempt. Urges press to demonize him more. Trump pivots to more incendiary claims. The ex-president responded to a second apparent assassination attempt by blaming Democrats. Conflict of interest. VP debate host CBS News leadership is riddled with Democratic donors. Secret Service responds to Elon Musk's shocking Trump assassination attempt tweet. Hundreds wounded in pager blasts targeting Hezbollah operatives across Lebanon. GOP's pet-eating smear creates hell week for Ohio City. Iranian president to visit Turkey soon, hailing ties. Bill Gates wants to shape AI and misinformation control, and Oprah is all ears. What Pope Francis meant by telling Americans to vote for the lesser of two evils. Sean Diddy Combs charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution transportation. Satellite photos show U.S. reclaiming World War II airfield for China war. This lady finds it funny that the new Trump shooter was photographed with a celebrity chef who is really close to Hillary Clinton. Trump called for unity after the first assassination attempt. Not this time. Microplastics found in human brain, says research. My kid has a firm reason not to vote for Kamala Harris. I'm not sure how to respond. Is Beijing about to play the Ryukyu card over Tokyo's stand on Taiwan? Police are investigating Trump's Arlington Cemetery fiasco. There's a big problem with animal torture and sacrifices in this U.S. city. U.S. authorities were warned about suspected Trump gunmen. Pro-Trump legal group demands Biden administration release information about Ryan Routh. September 18, 2024. 2 children among 12 dead in Lebanon pager blasts, says minister. Exploding pagers used in apparent Israeli attack on Hezbollah made in Hungary, accused firm says. Diddy indictment, Epstein 2.0? The list, bombshell allegations. Decade of rape, days-long freak-offs, prostitution, arson, kidnapping and bribery. Diddy deep in Democrat circles. Cops find explosives in car near tonight's Trump rally in New York, just days after second assassination attempt. Keep your mouth shut. TikTok whistleblower claims Chinese police kidnapped and threatened his father. Mitch warns MAGA Mike, shutdown would be politically beyond stupid. Putin sees weakness in Western culture, and most Americans don't realize it because they're chronically sick and brain-numbed. BBC DJ Danny Stubbs dies aged 40 after rare cancer diagnosis. The bureaucrat who could make Trump's authoritarian dreams real. J.D. Vance says he made up the Haitian slander. But he wasn't apologizing. Airstrike. Hezbollah's handheld radios explode in second wave of remote detonated attacks on terror groups. Dozens of border agents investigated for smuggling, sex assault, and bribery. California Governor Gavin Newsom signs bill outlawing deepfake content deemed to be election interference. Hillary Clinton says Trump is a danger to the country and the world day after second assassination attempt. Portland lands WNBA expansion franchise set to play in 2026. U.S. election officials receive suspicious packages. The more desperate Trump gets, the more toxic his rhetoric. Top Dem accuses DHS of stonewalling investigation into Trump assassination attempt. The Fed rate cut is here. Our correspondent explains what's at stake. September 19, 2024. Biden to celebrate progress of American economy in Thursday remarks. Scientists detect longest pair of jets streaming from a supermassive black hole. Trump's election fraud lies could cost GOP the House. Trump supporters suffer unbearable mystery injuries after sitting behind ex-president at rally. I've never seen this. Secret Service faces scrutiny after key details redacted in assassination attempt report. GOP's concepts of a plan emerge. And it's horrifying. U.S. Fed makes first rate cut for 4 years. Hungary falsely accused of manufacturing pager bombs in Lebanon, but now the trail leads to Bulgaria. A wall of secrets may crumble as feds call out enablers of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged sex crimes. Justin Bieber shuts down over Diddy allegations as disturbing footage emerges. Senator John Kennedy used a Senate hearing on hate crimes to spew hate. Nancy Pelosi claims the Democrats had an open primary and Kamala won because nobody else got in the race. In a major shift, the U.S. government explores giving renters cash, not vouchers. Why does Kamala practice different fake accents in speeches? Psychologists reveal why this phenomenon occurs. The actual electoral map is 3 states. Trump fan targets MAGA foes with menace and gets away with it. Descendants of Native American chief want his face back in NFL. Lebanon's pager bombings. CIA working hand in glove with Mossad. Ex-Trump advisors help to grow pro-Russia website that spreads misinformation. The scary truth about how far behind American kids have fallen. The legal army guarding against a repeat of Trump's stolen election claims in 2024. September 20th, 2024. As Russia's war escalates, will Ukraine down the Kerch Bridge in Crimea? Western nations were desperate for Korean babies. Now many adoptees believe they were stolen. 3 Mile Island nuclear plant to restart and power Microsoft data centers. California police raid seizes over 2,000 memes. Oprah enlists Hollywood A-listers for town hall to boost Harris. I had digital affair with RFK Jr., 70 says Star reporter, 31. Kentucky sheriff shoots dead judge in his county courthouse office after casually asking junior staff a simple question. Don shocks. If I lose, blame the Jews. EU plans to loan Ukraine 35 billion euros backed by Russian assets. Woman speaks out after arrest over Britain's new chilling misinformation censorship laws. Sean Diddy Combs placed on suicide watch at New York jail, sources call it routine. Mohammed Al-Fayed labeled a monster and compared to Seville and Epstein. Harris says, if somebody breaks into my house, they're getting shot, during event with Oprah. I probably should not have said that. Highlights from Kamala Harris's event with Oprah. Harris, with an online avalanche, outspends Trump by tens of millions. Wigs, robotic guns, and exploding pagers. Israel has a long history of hunting down its enemies. London unveils transgender prostitute monument based on Aztec skull rack in historic Trafalgar Square. Arizona Cardinals staffer forced woman to throw MAGA hat in trash can before entering stadium. Georgia Election Board considers last-minute changes that could spark voting chaos. Tigers, crocodiles, fishermen, and bandits are at war in the Sundarbans. The most surprising new gun owners are U.S. liberals. House votes to increase Secret Service protections for Trump and Harris. September 21st, 2024. Harris's fundraising triples Trump's in August, growing Democrats' war chest. U.S. lawmaker Rashida Tlaib slams racist image of her with exploding pager. AI is helping shape the 2024 presidential race, but not in the way experts feared. Bill to strengthen Secret Service protection guidelines unanimously passes House after second Trump assassination attempt. Alec Baldwin urges judge to stand by dismissal of case in Rust shooting. Sunken superyacht believed to contain safes with sensitive intelligence data. Family of Kentucky judge shot dead by sheriff in courthouse breaks their silence as frantic 911 call is revealed. DHS warning that foreign hit teams are planning to assassinate Trump may be cover for their own operation. Bears have learned to open doors in Sierra Madre, just like Jurassic Park. Trump's not pushing unity, he's stacking his team with fake liberal grifters. Back to the Cold War. Russia uses Mexico as a hub to spy on the U.S. As president, Donald Trump demanded investigations of foes. He often got them. I don't think I've seen anything quite as cringeworthy as Tim Walz showing off his antique car while attacking Project 2025. How Biden is getting used to life as a lame duck president. Conservative Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker outsells teammate Travis Kelce in merch following kicker's controversial speech. Doctors fight like hell against the second Trump admin. Elections do matter for your health. Secret Service made multiple failures in run-up to Trump shooting, says report. China needs at least $1.4 trillion stimulus package to revive economy. Activist with neo-Nazi ties fronts Marco Rubio-linked anti-immigration effort. Diddy gives Conan O'Brien party advice. Lock up beautiful women. What NYC's former COVID czar admitted in undercover video enrages local politicians. Young voters are registering in record numbers. Agatha All Along is a Marvel show you don't have to do homework for. Kamala Harris won't build 3 million homes. Israel's pager attack was a tactical success, but the payoff is unclear. September 22, 2024. Marxist-leaning Dissanayake on course to win Sri Lanka's presidential vote. Cards Against Humanity sues Elon Musk's SpaceX over alleged trespassing in Texas. Arizona Supreme Court okays nearly 100,000 people to vote after citizenship proof glitch. Harris to skip Al Smith dinner, a traditional presidential campaign stop. Putin's nuclear missiles struck by Ukrainian kamikaze drones, prompting huge blast. Senior moment. Biden yells who's next, after losing track at event, followed by awkward silence. Zelensky to press U.S. on missile strikes inside Russia. Boxing fans put Oasis tickets up for sale after Liam Gallagher sings at Wembley. The racist origins of the law at the center of Sean Diddy Combs' prosecution. Vance says allegations against Mark Robinson aren't necessarily reality. Tim Walz says, we can't afford 4 more years of this. Does he know who is in charge now? Trump says he will not accept second debate with Harris since voting has already begun. Zelensky accuses U.S. media of lying. Lies about immigration help no one. Over 700 high-ranking national security officials endorse Harris. Ray J. I hung out at Diddy's soirees. What's sex trafficking? Climate change makes some migrating birds out of sync and hungry. The Civil War still echoes in the South, forcing towns to take sides. Ranked choice voting offers promise of unity but struggles to find bipartisan backing. As Taliban starts restricting men too, some regret not speaking up sooner. September 23, 2024. Trump says he doesn't see himself running in 2028 if he loses in November. Apollo to offer multi-billion-dollar investment in Intel. Trump plans to hammer China buying American farmland. We have to have control of our land. RFK Jr. friends say Olivia Nuzzi set him up using nudes. Mike Johnson unveils new spending bill with bolstered Secret Service funding. Macklemore leads anti-America chant during charity concert in Seattle to benefit Palestinian refugees. 60% of young people with myocarditis from COVID vax had heart damage 6 months later. Rioter avoids prosecution after stern telling off from parents. Kamala Harris's personal popularity is surging. So is her campaign cash. Dr. Jill in charge. Who exactly is running the country? Certainly appears to be Jill Biden and not Joe. Without immigrants, America's job growth would have stalled. Biden forgets which world leader he is supposed to introduce, says who's next. Iran's guards ban communications devices after strike on Hezbollah. Kiev wants own Christian patriarchate. Chinese scientists find ways to turn CO2 into powerful antioxidant lycopene. Lindsey Graham calls reports of Mark Robinson's Black Nazi posts beyond unnerving. Taylor Swift. No sightings in the Big Peach, not at Chiefs v Falcons in Atlanta. Russia and U.S. religious conservatives see common foe in Africa. Gay rights. House Republicans drop SAVE Act in favor of clean stopgap spending bill and race against shutdown. September 24, 2024. Russia's new Sarmat missile suffered catastrophic failures, says researchers. Kmart's blue light fades to black with the shuttering of its last full-scale U.S. store. Texas jury clears all but one over Trump train surrounding of 2020 Biden bus. Trump plays the fear card on the economy. And it seems to be working. Keith Olbermann details his wholesome Olivia Nuzzi fling. Red carpet. Zelensky flown into key swing state at taxpayer expense after attacking Trump and Vance. Standing firm. Trump calls out key Republican for blocking rule change that could have helped him in 2024 election. Erdogan vows consistent U.S.-Turkey relations regardless of election outcome. Democrats terrified of hand-counting ballots. Ex-Dem rep calls it danger to democracy. Israel bombed Lebanon today, killing hundreds. The U.S. is sending more bombs. How one Republican in a red state might have just cost Trump the election. A third of former NFL players surveyed believe they have CTE, researchers find. Judge orders suspect in second Trump assassination attempt to remain in custody prior to trial. Donna Kelce says it's a good thing Travis Kelce is very coachable ahead of his acting debut in Grotesquerie. One pistol clip can change the balance of power. Congress is wholly unprepared for a mass casualty event. Failed assassin offered $150,000 bounty to kill Trump. Genocide in the making, this time in Lebanon. Diddy. Fans worried for adopted daughter, but he's never been her dad, legally. Trump fights Jack Smith efforts to litter January 6th case with evidence dump. September 25, 2024. Federal prosecutors charge Ryan Ralph with attempted assassination of Donald Trump. Weekends in Palo Alto, private school, trips to Jamaica. A look at Kamala Harris's middle-class childhood. Trump nemesis Michael Cohen prepping to quit U.S. First image of cylindrical UFO shot down by U.S. fighter jet over Alaska in 2023. Coordinated attacks. Trump is facing real and specific assassination threats from overseas, his campaign says. Blowback. Push to charge Trump and Vance for racist lies. JD digs in. Attacks media for debunking it. Leftists triggered after Trump helps mother of three pay for groceries with $100 bill. Justin Bieber said he wanted to protect Billie Eilish from music industry in video that resurfaced after Sean Diddy Combs' sex crimes arrest. The FCC is moving to fast-track George Soros' purchase of over 200 radio stations nationwide. Sources say Sean Diddy Combs moved into same federal detention center as Sam Bankman-Fried. Sean Diddy Combs and Kim Porter's children shut down untrue claims that she wrote a book before her death in 2018. China tests ICBM that could reach the U.S. mainland with launch into Pacific Ocean. Newly exposed Russian disinformation sites echoed GOP's false narratives about non-citizen voting. Mitt Romney braces for Trump's retribution. Get off your ass, Doug Ford scolded for telling homeless people to get jobs. House Republicans are investigating Zelensky's visit to Pennsylvania. Star FTX witness Caroline Ellison sentenced to 2 years in prison. September 26, 2024. Putin outlines new rules for Russian use of vast nuclear arsenal. Pope expels a bishop and 9 other people from a Peru movement over sadistic abuses. Trump will start World War III, says party autographing bombs to be launched at Russia. OpenAI discusses giving Altman 7% stake in for-profit shift. Missing in action. Extremely unusual. House Judiciary Committee unable to locate Nathan Wade to testify in Fani Willis investigation. NYC Mayor Eric Adams is indicted by grand jury on criminal charges as Diddy post comes back to haunt him. Rats fleeing sinking ship. Dirty lawyer Michael Cohen to leave USA with foreign passport under new name if Trump re-elected. Disturbing details emerge in fatal hijacking of LA Metro bus. A real-life nightmare. UK train stations display terrorism message after major cybersecurity incident. Rep. Clay Higgins' extremely racist tweet is only the tip of the iceberg. Adams indicted. Eric Adams becomes first sitting NYC mayor to be indicted in historical federal probe and claims feds persecuting him over migrant crisis. I regret to inform you that Kamala Harris attempted to pronounce the name of a book of the Bible. Wisconsin City's clerical error results in thousands of duplicate ballots sent out to voters. U.S. House Speaker demands Zelensky fire Ukrainian ambassador. China's Politburo vows to save private economy and stabilize real estate market. Now Mike Johnson is hedging on whether the election will be certified. Trump's threat to American Jews. No more school trips to protests as province probes Toronto board's actions. September 27, 2024. Myanmar military urges anti-coup forces to give up struggle and join talks. Indicted New York City mayor could appear before a judge Friday. Catastrophic category for Hurricane Helene makes landfall in Florida. Iranian hackers charged in alleged targeting of Trump campaign, sources say. Judge calls Trump's $454 million civil fraud judgment troubling. CNN asks 10 and 11-year-old children to describe Kamala Harris in one word, and the answers are brutal. Kremlin says new nuclear doctrine is warning to West. Biden sends $8 billion more to Ukraine 3 days after Zelensky campaigned for Kamala. Russian floating bomb filled with explosive cargo seen off coast of Kent. Trump is once again gaslighting American women. But that doesn't mean he's entirely wrong. CNN reports on new study, Democrat-leaning kids were about 9 times more likely to express negative emotions about Donald Trump than Republican-leaning kids were about Kamala Harris. Mark Cuban says mainstream media leans right and VP Harris's border policies actually worked. Israel secures $8.7 billion weapons package from U.S., says Defense Ministry. Gates says he'll no longer voluntarily cooperate with nosy ethics panel. Diddy. Feds want to take down successful black man. Medically assisted death law forcing disabled people to believe dying is their only option, groups say in Charter Challenge. Were FBI informants among J6 crowd? Biden DOJ won't deny it. Newsom signs bill apologizing for California's role in slavery. September 28, 2024. Series of Israeli airstrikes rock Beirut's southern suburbs. New York officials call on Mayor Eric Adams to resign after indictment. Border czar Kamala's ICE admits 650,000 migrant criminals and suspects free in USA. 13,000 murderers. 16,000 sexual assault convicts. The Golden Tape. Gavin Newsom's latest unconstitutional gambit could deal death blow to political comedy, experts say. 400 children a day trafficked across U.S. southern border, says report. Southern California's hottest commercial real estate market is for tenants that aren't even human. Van Gogh paintings targeted again after 2 activists are jailed for soup stunt. Minneapolis Police Department celebrates hires of first non-citizen, first Somali-American woman. Justice Department sues Alabama, claiming it purged voters too close to the election. Mega Millions is raising ticket prices from $2 to $5. Did Prince Harry secretly get a tattoo during his surprise visit to an NYC parlor? Harris in Arizona visit vows to outdo Biden on border security. The Nord Stream cock and bull story sums up Western Europe's Stockholm Syndrome. A better bet. Asia backs Kamala Harris over more Trump turmoil in U.S. presidential race. How Trump world uses dramatic policy ideas to terrorize immigrants and troll its enemies. Harris accuses Trump of playing political games during U.S. border visit. The cultural power of the anti-woke tech bro. Trump plots massive shakeup of Justice Department. Why eliminating the Electoral College would be bad for democracy. September 29, 2024. Hospital clowns bring joy to young Ukrainian cancer patients who survived Russian missile attack. Israel asks U.S. to deter Iran after Hezbollah leader assassination. After extensive research, political experts believe Harris struggling to connect with male voters because she's awful. USA. For more years. Trump receives loud welcome at Alabama-Georgia football game. Why Hoda's Today Show exit is real start of TV bloodbath. Grub snub. Vance not allowed to campaign inside culinary landmark despite Harris event at same restaurant chain. The NWO wants to feed you crushed roaches and call it milk. Mystery after boy, 9, dies on way back from family holiday. A Senate probe into Jared Kushner's fund doesn't bode well for a second Trump term. Iran faced with bad choices after Israel wipes out Hezbollah and Hamas chiefs. Mother Jones editor issues a creeping Christian nationalism alert when a flight attendant said a very scary right-wing phrase. Meet the astronauts preparing to travel farther from Earth than any human before. Former Cal Poly track and field star dies at 23. Warner Brothers sued over Harry Potter. A short history of Asia's fascination with cults and their dark secrets. Hezbollah's long war is with America too. Blind hockey player humiliated, says Toronto hotel refused to accommodate her guide dog. Top Haiti leader blasts U.S. over Springfield, Ohio concerns, demands reparations from foreign countries. North Carolina hit by epic flooding in own Hurricane Katrina. Vance learned his cat story from Obama. September 30th, 2024. Earthquake. Austria's far-right Freedom Party wins election. Megalopolis flops and The Wild Robot soars at box office. Tom Cotton says Kamala Harris, the Iranian Ayatollah's hand-picked candidate, calls to let Israel win. Hollywood star endorses Trump and calls it career suicide. Are we living in a simulation? Scientist claims we're simply characters in an advanced AI world and says the proof is hidden in the Bible. Terrifying. Trump pushes the purge. Saltwater is making electric cars blow up. The bus stops here. I only bust migrants to NYC because Eric Adams opened his big mouth and lied, Texas Gov says. Residents told to evacuate. Interstate shut down after fire at biolab sends chemical plume into the air east of Atlanta. Chris Christopherson, musical rebel and movie star, has died at age 88. Multiple dead after plane crash at Wright Brothers National Memorial's first flight airport. BRICS to admit a dozen new members, says Belarus. UAE forges AI partnership with US after ditching Chinese investments. Communities seeing influx of migrants facing real hurdles beyond eating cats and dogs.